Every month starts the same: hope, plans, motivation, and every month ends the same: stress, zero balance, and waiting for the next paycheck. Why? Let me show you how to stop it, starting today. Most people will work 40 years, earn over $1 million in their lifetime, and retire with almost nothing. Let that land. $1 million will pass through your hands, and the system, the habits, and the stories you never questioned will make sure almost none of it stays. That is not bad luck. That is a design problem. And today, we are redesigning it. In the next few minutes, you are going to discover why your income was never the issue. You are going to understand the exact belief system that has been quietly draining everything you earn before you even realize it's gone. You are going to see with total clarity why the budget felt like a cage when it was actually the key, why every ignored bill cost you more than money, and why the paycheck you are waiting on will never be the thing that sets you free. This is not motivation. This is a financial intervention. Stay until the end, because what shifts in you today will still be working for you 20 years from now. God put the answer inside you long before the problem arrived. It is time to use it. Your wallet reflects your beliefs, not your income. That is the truth most people never want to sit with, because the moment you accept it, you lose the excuse. You can't blame the economy anymore. You can't point at your employer, your city, your circumstances. You have to look inward, and that is exactly where the work begins. Every financial decision you have ever made was preceded by a belief that you deserve this right now, a belief that saving is for people who have more than you. A belief that things will somehow sort themselves out, that next month will be different, that the raise will fix it. Those beliefs are not truths. They are habits of thought dressed up as reality, and they are costing you not just money, but options, peace of mind, and years of your life spent anxious about a number on a screen. The moment you decide to examine those beliefs, really examine them, something shifts. You stop being a passive participant in your financial life and start being the architect of it. You start asking different questions. Not why is there never enough, but what do I actually believe I deserve, and is that belief serving me? That single shift in question changes everything that comes after it, and then you meet the budget. The word alone makes people flinch. It sounds like deprivation. It sounds like restriction, like someone taking something away from you. But here is what nobody tells you. The budget you avoid is the cage you built yourself. The discomfort you feel when you look at your spending is not the budget's fault. The budget didn't create the problem. It just holds up the mirror, and most people would rather smash the mirror than face what it shows. So they keep avoiding it. They keep approximating. They keep telling themselves they have a rough sense of where the money goes, and that rough sense is exactly why nothing changes. Clarity is not a punishment. It is the only exit from a cycle that feeds on your confusion. The moment you write the numbers down, name every dollar, and stop letting money move in the dark, you take back control. Not someday. The day you decide to look. Start with keynote number 3, 8:50 p.m. You're not saving what's left. You're spending what's left. Read that again slowly, because most people have been doing this their entire adult lives and never once stopped to recognize it as the problem. The order of operations is wrong. You earn, you spend, you pay obligations, you buy comfort, you reward the weak, and then if something miraculous survives all of that, you call it savings. But nothing survives, nothing is ever left, because spending always expands to fill whatever space you give it. It is not a discipline failure. It is not a willpower problem. It is a structural problem, and structure can be fixed the moment you decide to fix it. The only move that works, the only one that has ever worked, is paying your future self before you pay anyone else. Not after the bills, not after the groceries. First, the very first transaction, every single time money arrives in your account, is a transfer to the version of you who needs options, who needs breathing room, who needs to not be starting over at 50, even if it is $20, even if it feels laughably small. The habit is the foundation. The amount is just the beginning. Because here is what that small, consistent act does that no spreadsheet can fully capture. It tells your subconscious something new about who you are. It says you are someone who builds, someone who thinks past Friday, someone who is not just surviving the month, but slowly, deliberately constructing a life with margin in it. That identity, reinforced every single pay cycle, is more powerful than any financial tip you will ever read. And you cannot build any of that without facing the number. Hope is not a financial strategy. It never was. Hope is what you lean on when you have decided quietly that looking at the truth is too uncomfortable. So instead you approximate, you estimate, you assume it's probably fine. You tell yourself you'll sort it out soon, and sort it, and soon never comes, because soon is not a date. Soon is a feeling, and feelings don't show up on calendars. A plan is a date, a number, a decision committed to paper. Write down exactly what comes in. Write down exactly what goes out. Sit with the gap. That discomfort is not your enemy. It is the first honest conversation you have had with your financial life in years. Start with keynote number 5, 8:50 p.m. Spending to feel better is the most expensive therapy in the world, and the only one that never actually works. You know the pattern. The day was brutal, the week was relentless, everything asked too much of you and gave too little back, and so you buy something. You eat somewhere. You press confirm on something you didn't need 48 hours ago. And for a window of time, maybe 2 hours, maybe a day, there is relief. There is the feeling of having done something for yourself. But the next morning, the account balance is smaller. The thing you bought is just a thing, and the original stress is still there, now with a receipt attached to it. Emotional spending doesn't solve the emotion. It postpones it and charges interest. Every time you reach for your wallet because you are overwhelmed, you are borrowing comfort from your future self at an extraordinarily high rate, and future you always has to pay. The antidote is not deprivation. It is not telling yourself you can never spend on joy or relief or pleasure. It is learning to pause long enough to ask one honest question: am I spending to celebrate or spending to escape? That question alone, asked consistently, will save you more money than any budgeting app ever built. Because the other side of this is just as real and just as urgent. The 15th of the month does not have to terrify you. That specific visceral dread, watching the balance, doing the mental math, wondering if everything clears, is not a fixed feature of adult life. It feels permanent because it has been present for so long. But it is not permanent. It is a symptom of a system that was never designed, and symptoms disappear when you treat the cause. One decision made seriously and kept begins dismantling that fear immediately. A raise won't fix a broken relationship with money. This is the lie people carry for years. The quiet belief that the problem is simply the number, and that a bigger number will finally make everything work. It won't. More income flowing into a broken system doesn't heal the system. It funds it. The lifestyle expands. The spending finds new justification. The comfort purchases get slightly more expensive. And within 6 months, the new salary feels exactly as tight as the old one did. You have seen it happen. You may have lived it. The problem was never the amount coming in. It was the absence of intention around what happened next. Financial freedom is a decision, not a destination. You don't arrive there after hitting a certain balance or clearing a specific debt. You choose it in how you think, in how you respond to money when it arrives, in the identity you hold when no one is watching your account but you. That choice, made and remade daily, is the only thing that actually changes the trajectory. Every bill you ignore is a vote for the cycle to continue. Avoidance feels like relief in the moment. If you don't open it, it isn't fully real yet. But the bill doesn't dissolve because you looked away. It compounds. It adds fees, adds weight, adds the low-grade anxiety that follows you into every other area of your life. Facing it is not the hard part. The hard part is the story you tell yourself about what it means. Name it, assign it a number, give it a date. That is all it needs. The next paycheck won't save you. Your next decision will. Not Monday, not next month, not when the circumstances finally align. Now. The decision made today, even imperfectly, is worth infinitely more than the perfect plan that never starts. Purpose. 8:54 p.m. You have everything you need. You always did. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the decision you keep postponing. The honest look, the written number, the first transfer, the moment you stop waiting for the world to hand you permission to build. Nobody is coming to rescue your finances. No raise, no windfall, no perfect moment. Just you, a decision, and the willingness to act on it before the feeling fades. The cycle ends when you say it ends. Not tomorrow, right now, in this moment, with whatever you have. Small and consistent will always defeat large, and someday. Start where you are. Use what you have. Build from today. That is the work, and you are more than capable of doing it. Thank you for spending this time with Alpha Motivation World. That is exactly what it was, an investment of your time, and I do not take that lightly. If something in this video cracked something open for you, leave it in the comments. Your breakthrough might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. Like, subscribe, and stay close, because the next speech is going to go even deeper. You think today was powerful? You have not seen anything yet.